I can't seem to do anything about my hair. I need it cut. All right, so I can't believe I said that. Screw leaving that in there. Yeah, it's been a long day. Had to just do some stuff. Took a shower early. I got to be up early tomorrow morning, so forgive me if my hair is a little bit of a mess. It's wet, and I try to get it to go down right, and it wouldn't. Um, so today I actually got to see a movie. God, my hair looks bad that way, but screw it. It's got the fan blowing on it. It's hot in this room. Um, so today I got the chance to actually see the Lego Movie. I'm not gonna go into this whole who's who of the cast and that. I'm not gonna go, oh, this person was excellent as the voice or whatever, blah 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 blah. I'm gonna say this: there's two things that I love learning about this movie. Actually, one really big thing. If you don't know, if you have not paid attention to anything, Anthony Daniels, and if I can make sure if it was correctly, yeah, I don't care about the other one. Billy D. Williams, C3PO, and Lando Christian, the original actors, played the voices in this movie. Now that's awesome. If they had gotten uh, Harrison Ford to voice Han Solo, loved it. If they had gotten Adam West, I would love to have had the Adam West Batman voice. But considering it's a Lego set, some of the newer things I can understand. If they were going for the more of the Dark Knight feel, yeah, I can get that. I'm sorry, I just love the old campy Batman. I just want like original Bat car, like even the die cast. I would love to get one of those. I'm planning on getting one in the future, like when I have the money for it. Kind of, they're not cheap. But anywho's your buddies. So yeah, the really interesting thing about this movie, in my opinion, and I will say this, Morgan Freeman was wonderful in his role. Um, what am I saying? Morgan Freeman's awesome in almost every single role that he does. How can you not? It's like the voice that draws you in. And if you've seen the Lego movie, it's about this little. If you haven't, it's about this world where all the Lego sets exist and they're separated off. And this construction worker by the name of Emmett is trying to follow his day by day life. And there's a guy by the name of Lord Business who basically is taking all over Lego World. And they're going to have Taco Tuesday. Turns out taco means something else, but I'm not going to spoil that part. There's something really interesting about this movie, and I started catching on to it right away. And I don't know if it was like what it was, but it almost seemed like a lot of the stuff in the movie. Um, when you look at Legos, you think about kids and that, but there's also like an adult feel to it as well. And what I really started picking up on was when they show Lord Business, and he has these room full of relics, and he goes and he steals this relic. It's at the beginning. It says like no big spoiler. It's called the Cradle. Something like that. Okay, the pronounce. When you're reading closed caption subtitles, and you're not hearing everything exactly, you're not sure of the pronunciation. But yeah, so Emmett basically finds the piece of resistance to stop the Kriegel from being used to take all over the world by Lord Business, who becomes president. But the interesting thing is Lord Business. When I first saw him, I don't know. He was like it was like seeing this stereotypical adult. Like Emmett is so childlike. Um, there is a character by the name of Wildstar who's a master builder. What master builders do is they can look at their environment and they see every Lego piece as it is, and they can build stuff out of it. The weird thing is, I don't know how to explain it, but there's almost this feel like it's a kid's perspective, like everything but Lord Business is the kid viewpoint of it. And there's a character called Bad Cop Good Cop, which is basically like he's a cop who has a head that spins around. So he has the good side and he has the bad side. And a lot of the stuff that's in there, these relics that Lord Business has, it's something you would see almost like, I don't know how to describe it. It's almost like there's this weird feel of it. Like at one point you see an Exacto blade and you're like, how is all this stuff in the universe? And they have what's called the man upstairs. The man upstairs almost makes it sound like it's like a religion based off of God, the guy upstairs, whatever. But it's not. It's almost like the man upstairs is the creator of worlds, and you're sitting there going, "What the heck is going on here?" It takes a long time in the movie to really see what's going on, to get the feel of what's going on. Um, but Emmett becomes this chosen one, and he's got a touch of the ability to build, but what he's builds is not, what everybody thinks it should be. It's not as functional in that. Um, they make Batman. I gotta say this. This is the interesting thing. They make Batman a part of the movie, and Batman comes across as like not Bruce Wayne exact style Batman. Sorry, not Bruce Wayne, but not like the regular Batman we're used to. He's like, how do I want to describe it? It's like coming from a role of somebody who doesn't really understand Batman, what Batman's like. The same with the Star Wars references. There's a lot of stuff in this movie that almost seems like it's coming across a kid from a kid's point of view, to where the Lego world is supposed to be enjoyed, where you should build everything, take stuff apart, rebuild it, reuse it, or whatever. Lord Business comes across this guy who doesn't think that way. Like everything has a purpose and it should stay that way. Um, and once you start picking up on some subtle clues in the movie, you start asking yourself questions about what's really going on, what's happening. Um, I wish I knew how to describe some of it, because you almost feel like there's a side to the movie that you're not seeing, that they really don't explain, like, why is this, like, how does this Lego universe possible? Like, why are all these different worlds? And the place where Emmett comes from, and this is the really particular thing, this is the odd thing. The master builders, there's like a little bit of Emmett who, I'm trying to think of the best way to describe it. It's almost like he wants to fit. He's trying to fit in. They call him a blank slate at one point, and it's almost like he doesn't. He just knows you follow the rules, you do everything you're supposed to. So it's almost like the imagination isn't there, and where you have like Wildstar, frick, I can't pronounce his name, Morgan Freeman's character, and a slew of other ones that basically, like, they have this gift, and it's very, I'm gonna say it like this. It's almost like parts of it remind me of the Matrix. Um, that's the best way I can describe it. Parts of it remind me of the Matrix, because you see these parts of it where you almost feel like there's more going on that you're not being told, that you're not seeing, and it's like this dual reality. The reason why I say it's very Matrix, like, because there is one part in the movie where things happen. I'm not going to give spoilers if you've never seen it, but yeah, it almost makes you think of that. Um, the whole movie could come across as, I'm not going to lie, the movie could come across as a giant advertisement for Legos. That's part. That, I mean, that could totally be part of it. You know, you could look at this movie and go like, oh, there's promoting Lego sets, blah blah blah, but there's actually really a hidden message throughout this entire movie. Um, when you find out where Lord Business comes from, where Emmett himself comes from, and to a degree, you start to realize that there's more of an idea. The one out of all of them, I'm sorry, I couldn't. The one that I loved the most, beyond belief, in this entire movie, the two characters that I loved were the Green Lantern and um, Benny. Green Lantern, I love his character because he's always bugging Superman. And it's like Superman's like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm. And you find out some stuff in this movie that I really don't want to describe because it gives part of it away, and it's just funny. Um, some of the lines that he has in his dealing with Superman. At one point, he goes, "We're gonna be roommates." Yeah, Superman's like, "Get me now," but Benny, oh my god, Benny is basically like an older version of Legos. He's got this fascination. Like every time they talk about building something, I'll build a spaceship. Like, no, Benny. And he just, there's a point where they're like, finally, yes, you can build a spaceship. I'm not gonna say where it's at, but Benny just goes crazy. He's like, spaceship, spaceship, spaceship. He's flying around, and it's just like, oh my god. And it's funny because he's just got this near track, one track mind. But he's an astronaut. There's another character that I love, and you have to watch it. I don't like the Lego style, but the character called Unikitty, which is like a cat with a unicorn head. Go figure where that crap comes from. Um, it's like they go to this cuckoo cloud land or some crap, something like that. Um, and I'm like, where's Lando Calrissian when you want him? Like you're thinking Cloud City. Unikitty. Oh my god, Unikitty. Unikitty cracks me up. Later on, it's an annoying character at first, but near the end, it becomes this funny character. You just have to watch it to get it. It's an enjoyable movie. I think it's in a movie that both kids and adults can watch, and I think the overall message of the movie really is that, in one aspect, you know, um, part of it is Legos are meant to be enjoyed. They're, it's fun to take kits apart and rebuild stuff and build it how you want. I mean, there are people that will take kits and they'll mismatch them, they'll Frankenstein them. There are people that'll just put the kits together and leave it like that. I'm kind of guilty of that, but I've had fun with Lego sets, and they're fun. Um, they're fun to build, you know. I've had my eye on a couple of different Lego sets in the past, and as much as I've wanted them, I've not gotten them. If I had more room and the money, yeah, I would. But that's a different story because when you're looking at like 130 on up for a Lego kit, you have to rethink your priorities sometimes. But sometimes it doesn't hurt to splurge, right? I don't know, may or may not in the future, depending how things go. There's one I really would like to get, but that's just me. I'm a giant kid. I think we all are, and I think that's really what Legos are. Legos really help bring out the kid in us, and especially when you're someone who likes to put stuff together, you know, Lego opens that advantage to where we can put this stuff together and just have fun with it. You can fly you could have a Lego Millennium Falcon or whatever and fly it around. They have all these Lego games in that, and I think that's the point. The ability to use Legos is always in us, no matter how old we are. I know adults who play Lego Harry Potter, Lego Star Wars, and all this other stuff, but that's because a lot of Lego is just ingrained in us. Legos are fun. I've played Lego Batman before, and it's great to build stuff out of it. But you know, one of the key factors in the movie is really that there's the enjoyment. I think one of the other messages is that you can believe, you can build whatever you want with Legos, and you have to believe in yourself in regards to, you know, how you play with the Legos, how you put stuff together. And there's a really interesting scene in the movie where this comes to light, and you start to see the inspiration behind Lord Business and how he came to be. And I think that that really is what seals the deal for this movie. It's because you start to realize that there's there's a side to the movie that you're not seeing until stuff starts going on. And when they mention the man upstairs, but nobody really talks about what the man upstairs is. And when they start talking about the man upstairs, they show you something. I'm not going to give that away. And it starts to bring to light what's really going on to a degree. But yeah, it's fun. It's a delightful movie. You know, I would recommend it. What was God? I've not seen the movie yet, but it's kind of a funny thing if I can find it here. Oh Lord. Excuse me. So Jonah Hill plays the Green Lantern, and Channing Tatum, excuse me, does the voice of Superman. And I haven't seen 21 Jump Street yet, the movie involving these two, but I kind of funny that they're in this movie as, you know, Superman and Green Lantern. Annoying how Green Lantern is annoying. The only thing I didn't like about that is I've always been a fan of the character of the Green Lantern, the Hal Jordan, and it's still funny to see him portrayed that way because really, the thing is, you know, once again, this is taken from the eyes of a child. Oh my god, an 18-minute review! Holy stuff, crap! I'll be finished here in a minute. But yeah, I mean, just go into this movie if you watch it with an open mind, and just remember it's about having fun. And you know, one of the things that I really took away from it is Emmett wakes up and he's like, oh, I gotta do this and I gotta do this. He's always following the instructions, but he never thinks to go outside the box. And I think that's really what makes it part of the Matrix, is that when you see what's going on in the movie, you also start to see that there's stuff behind the scenes that you're not getting. And that's really the key part of it. I don't know why I just thought of that movie when I was watching it, but yeah, I did. So that's it, guys. I'll talk to you later. Take care. Bye.